Marcus Aurelius conveyed the idea that one's control extends to the mind, not external circumstances. Recognizing this truth empowers individuals and cultivates inner strength. Have you experienced the frustration of a cluttered mind, the agony of indecision, or the paralysis caused by overthinking? Many of us have been in that situation, constantly replaying conversations, anticipating outcomes, and attempting to solve an unending stream of thoughts. In today's discussion, we will confront this challenge directly by exploring 17 practical Stoic strategies to overcome overthinking. If you're seeking ways to break free from this cycle and regain control of your mental space, be sure to click the notification bell and subscribe now. Let's delve into these strategies. Practice mindfulness meditation. Command your mind's attention with the disciplined practice of mindfulness meditation. Establish a dedicated routine, a ritual of mental fortitude. Find a tranquil space free from distractions and sit comfortably. Command your spine straight, embodying resilience. Breathe deliberately, focusing solely on the inhalation and exhalation, each breath an anchor to the present. Draw your awareness inward, a sharp command to silence the cacophony of wandering thoughts. Command your mind to observe without judgment. Notice sensations, thoughts, and emotions as they arise, neither clinging nor resisting. This disciplined observation is your sentinel against the siege of overthinking. Your breath, an unwavering general, leads you into the battlefield of the present moment. Should your thoughts stray, command them back with the authority of a seasoned commander. Return to the breath, the anchor that steadies your ship in the tempest of the mind. By commanding your focus to the present, you sever the chains of overthinking, grounding yourself in the immediacy of now. This disciplined engagement with mindfulness is your arsenal, forging resilience and detachment from the relentless siege of overwrought thoughts. Command your mind and let the stillness prevail. Cultivate indifference to external events. Embrace Stoic fortitude by wielding the weapon of indifference to external events. Command your consciousness to adhere to the Stoic tenet of apatheia, an unyielding shield against the tumult of external circumstances. Recognize with unassailable clarity that not all battles are yours to fight. Command your mind to accept the immutable truth that the realm beyond your control is vast and unpredictable. In the face of uncontrollable events, pivot your focus with authoritative precision. Command your energy to converge on the sphere of influence that is rightfully yours. Like a vigilant sentinel, stand guard over your thoughts, allowing no entry to the chaos of external affairs. In the crucible of this Stoic mindset, insulate yourself from the corrosive effects of undue worry. Declare sovereignty over your mental domain, ruthlessly dismissing the illusion of control over externalities. Command your mind to dwell not on the capricious whims of the world, but on the disciplined mastery of your reactions. By cultivating indifference to external events, you rise above the tempest, an unyielding commander of your inner citadel. Command your focus and let the insignificance of external storms pale in comparison to the indomitable fortress of your Stoic equanimity. Develop a Stoic journaling habit. Command the reins of your mental chariot with the strategic precision of Stoic journaling. Establish an unyielding habit, a disciplined ritual of self-command. Procure a dedicated journal as your battlefield, where thoughts and reflections march forth under the banner of your authority. Daily, without exception, command your hand to inscribe the tapestry of your mind. Chronicle thoughts, victories, and defeats with unwavering clarity. In this exercise, you are not a passive observer, but a commanding general dissecting the terrain of your consciousness. This journal is your arsenal, a strategic tool to unravel the knots of confusion and gain penetrating clarity. Command your pen to navigate the tumultuous waters of emotion. In the Stoic tradition, dissect your reactions with surgical precision. This journal is your sanctum, a confidant where vulnerabilities and triumphs are laid bare for your discernment. Through this practice, command your mind to ascend to a vantage point of objectivity. Like a sage commander surveying the battlefield, gain insights into your concerns. With each stroke of the pen, you sculpt the narrative of your Stoic resilience. Command your journaling habit and let the pages bear witness to the indomitable commander forging wisdom from the crucible of reflection. Live in accordance with nature. Commandeer your life's course with the unwavering directive to live in accordance with nature. Assume the mantle of a commanding general, orchestrating a symphony in harmony with the universe. Recognize, with unequivocal authority, that the ebb and flow of existence adhere to an intricate design. Command your thoughts and actions to align with this cosmic orchestration, acknowledging the interconnectedness of all facets of life. In every decision, wield the directive to synchronize with the natural order. Like a seasoned commander, navigate the terrain of existence with the profound understanding that resistance to the cosmic currents breeds discord. Command your mind to embrace the rhythm of the universe, letting your actions dance in cadence with the cosmic ballet. Stand tall as a guardian of harmony, issuing a decree to your thoughts, shunning discord and embracing the cosmic resonance. Command your focus to discern the subtle melodies woven into the fabric of life. In this alignment, find strength, purpose, and tranquility. Command yourself to be a steward of balance, living not in opposition to nature, but as a harmonious part of it. Through this imperative, become the commander of your destiny, a sage architect crafting a life in consonance with the grand design of the cosmos. Practice self-compassion, marshal the forces of self-command with the unwavering directive to practice self-compassion. Assume the mantle of a compassionate general, overseeing the battlefield of your internal dialogue. Issue a decree, stern and resolute, that mandates the obliteration of self-flagellation. In lieu of harsh criticism, command your thoughts to cloak themselves in the armor of kindness and understanding. In the face of mistakes and shortcomings, deploy the artillery of self-compassion. Command your mind to embrace errors not as defeats but as battle scars, emblematic of a valiant journey. With stern authority, eradicate the tendrils of negative emotions seeking to entwine your spirit. Command your internal chatter to pivot from the trenches of self-critique to the fertile grounds of growth. Learn from missteps with the precision of a seasoned general, strategizing the next campaign. Command yourself to be a benevolent ruler, offering solace and encouragement to your inner battalion. Banish the echoes of self-doubt with the authoritative stance of a compassionate overseer. In this practice, recognize that self-compassion is not a concession, but a strategic imperative for resilience and growth. Command your thoughts to embrace the magnanimity of self-love, and let the battlefield of your consciousness be adorned with the banners of understanding and kindness. Seneca's Premeditatio Malorum. Establish dominance over the uncertainties of life through Seneca's Premeditatio Malorum, the unwavering preparation for evils. Assume the role of a strategic commander, surveying the battlefield of your existence with foresight and command. Issue a categorical order to your mind. Anticipate and prepare for the adversities that lurk on the horizon. Command your thoughts to conduct a rigorous prelude to potential challenges. Like a seasoned general, scrutinize the conceivable obstacles that may besiege your path. In this mental war room, plan with precision and fortify your cognitive defenses against the onslaught of unexpected events. Deploy the strategic imperative to premeditate evils not as a harbinger of fear, but as a calculated maneuver to build unassailable resilience. Command your consciousness to embrace challenges not as adversaries, but as opportunities for mastery. As you envision the battlefield, the potential for chaos diminishes, replaced by the disciplined readiness of a Stoic commander. Command yourself to be the architect of your own mental fortress, one fortified with the wisdom born from anticipation. Through this unwavering preparation, you seize control over the narrative of your life, rendering unexpected events mere ripples in the wake of your strategic resilience. Command your mind to be the vigilant sentinel, and let the echoes of Seneca's wisdom reverberate through the corridors of your consciousness. Practice the art of simplicity. Command the reins of your life with authoritative precision by enacting the strategic directive to practice the art of simplicity. Assume the role of a disciplined commander, overseeing the grand theater of your existence with a keen eye for superfluous complexities. issue an unwavering decree to streamline both your physical domain and the vast expanse of your mental landscape. Command your hands to purge the unnecessary from your physical space, conducting a relentless decluttering campaign. In the realm of your thoughts, be a vigilant sentinel, ruthlessly eliminating the mental detritus that breeds overthinking. Simplicity is not a concession, it's a tactical imperative. Direct your focus with unyielding authority toward what truly matters. Command your mind to sift through the cacophony of distractions and identify the core elements deserving of your attention. Simplicity is the battle cry that wards off the siege of overwrought thoughts. With the precision of a seasoned commander, let go of the unnecessary burdens that encumber your path. In simplifying, you amass the clarity and space needed for strategic contemplation and decisive action. Command your life to be a testament to simplicity, where the essential flourishes and complexity withers before the indomitable force of your directive. Envision your overthinking as an external force. Overthinking can creep into your mind like fog rolling in on a once clear day. It begins as a single worry or idea, but quickly expands, potentially knocking you off balance. This is a common struggle in today's fast-paced world, where information bombards us like hail in a storm, filling our minds with thoughts of what if, what next, or what could have been. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, once remarked, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This brings us to the first technique, viewing overthinking as an external force. This approach doesn't involve turning your thoughts into enemies, but acknowledging that these thoughts are not the essence of who you are. They are invaders of your peace. Picture those intrusive thoughts as clouds passing over a mountain. You are that mountain, majestic and unyielding, standing firm as the clouds drift by. Now, how does one repel these invaders? Stoicism teaches us to observe without engagement. Imagine placing these thoughts in a bubble and watching them float away. This mental exercise not only lightens their burden, but also reinforces the understanding that thoughts are fleeting. They can only disrupt your peace if you cling to them and grant them power. Practicing this visualization establishes a mental reflex that helps you detach and release these thoughts before they escalate into a storm. As you become adept at distinguishing yourself from the barrage of overthinking, it becomes easier to recognize that you are not merely the sum of your thoughts. This distinction acts as a shield, akin to wearing earplugs in a noisy crowd. It requires intentional and consistent effort that strengthens with daily application. When you sense yourself slipping into overthinking, pause and visualize the thought as mere noise, unnecessary and separate from who you are. By doing this, you not only shield yourself against overthinking, but also reclaim your mental territory and peace, one step at a time. Regain control by redirecting your focus. Have you ever found yourself descending into a rabbit hole of what-ifs and doomsday scenarios, replaying the same concerns until you're mentally drained? It's akin to having numerous browser tabs open in your mind, each playing a video at full volume, and hitting pause seems impossible. This mental multitasking is emblematic of modern life, where the constant pressure to keep up can fuel a relentless cycle of overthinking. Much like a cluttered desk, a cluttered mind requires tidying up. Shifting your mental energy is not just about finding mental peace, it's about reclaiming control and silencing the ceaseless noise of potential futures so you can fully appreciate the present. Seneca, another Stoic sage, eloquently encapsulated this wisdom by stating, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This sage advice serves as the foundation for taking control by refocusing your energy. To break the cycle of overthinking, ground yourself in the present, concentrate on a task, even a small one, and channel your energy into completing it. This change in focus pulls you out of the whirlpool of future what-ifs and firmly anchors you in the present moment. The practical application is both simple and profound. Engage in an activity that demands your full attention. This could be as straightforward as organizing your workspace, taking a brisk walk, or immersing yourself in a book. These actions necessitate a focus on the now, not the tomorrow or yesterday, aligning your thoughts with your actions. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing thoughts. It's about managing them by consciously choosing where to invest your mental energy. You're exercising a form of mental discipline, commanding your thoughts to align with your actions. The goal isn't to completely avoid overthinking, as that's an unrealistic expectation. Instead, it's about recognizing when your thoughts don't serve you and possessing the tools to redirect them. It's akin to training a muscle. The more you practice this power of refocusing, the stronger and more resilient your mind becomes. You'll discover that the once overwhelming tide of overthinking can be tamed wave by wave with deliberate action and presence. Embrace the transient nature of things and cultivate the art of letting go. Let's acknowledge that our minds often get trapped in a cycle, replaying past events or worrying about the future. This is the breeding ground for overthinking, where thoughts become sticky and linger longer than they should. This challenge is universal, affecting students anxious about exams, professionals stressed over presentations, or anyone struggling to sleep while their mind races at full speed. In the midst of this mental marathon, we can draw comfort from the words of Epicurus, who advises that he who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. While this quote may seem weighty, it underscores the concept of impermanence, a central tenet of Stoicism. Everything changes, including the thoughts that seem persistently lodged in our minds. When we overthink, we often grasp onto our thoughts as if they are permanent fixtures in our lives. Embracing impermanence involves understanding that thoughts come and go, they are not eternal. This insight can be a source of hope when you feel entangled in overthinking. Practically embracing impermanence means cultivating a habit of letting go. It's a form of mental decluttering where you consciously release thoughts that no longer serve you. Picture a river where each thought is a leaf on the water's surface drifting away. Alternatively, envision them as clouds, ever-changing, reshaping, and eventually moving on. This visualization not only provides immediate relief but also instills a deeper understanding that the nature of thought is to change. Incorporating this practice into your daily routine can transform your relationship with your thoughts. It's not about forcefully pushing them out, it's about allowing them to depart. Letting go isn't giving up, it's an act of courage. It means choosing not to let redundant thoughts occupy space in your mind, rent-free. As you become more adept at this practice, you'll notice a newfound mental space, a tranquility that was always present but hidden beneath the noise of overthinking. Embracing impermanence isn't just a technique, it signifies a shift toward a more peaceful and present way of living. Establish a designated worry period. It's a common human experience to grapple with persistent worries lingering in the background of our minds, akin to the constant hum of a refrigerator, always present, sometimes barely noticeable, but undeniably there. These concerns have a tendency to intrude on our thoughts at various times, whether we're trying to focus on work, enjoy time with friends, or even when attempting to sleep. It's as if our minds are a stage, and these worries are uninvited actors who refuse to exit. Consider the wisdom of the Stoic teacher Epictetus. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. While this quote may initially seem unrelated, it serves as a bold reminder to prioritize our peace of mind over succumbing to worry out of fear of appearing complacent or naive. Creating a worry period is a strategic approach to allow these concerns their moment on the stage, but only during the encore, not the main act. Allocate a specific time each day, perhaps 20 minutes in the afternoon, when you're permitted to give these worries your full attention. During this designated period, delve into your worries, scrutinize them, understand their roots, and perhaps jot them down. What are you genuinely worried about? How likely are these scenarios? What can you do about them? This focused session often reveals that many worries are like shadows, seemingly large but without much substance when faced head-on. This process also trains your mind that there's a time and place for worry, and it's not an all-day, everyday affair. When the worry period concludes, you move on having given your worries their allotted time, and now you set them aside. By compartmentalizing in this manner, you regain control over your day. The objective isn't to eliminate worrying entirely. That's unrealistic. However, by containing your worries, you diminish their impact on your life. This technique is akin to tidying your mental room, placing thoughts where they belong and relishing the tranquility of an ordered space. You'll likely discover that worries lose their power when not allowed to roam freely, and life becomes a bit lighter and more enjoyable. Break down overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps. When the grip of overthinking tightens, it can feel as though we're burdened with the weight of an immense boulder, the size of our worries matching the weight of the world. Pinned beneath the heavy cloud of our own thoughts, this sensation is a shared human condition, heightened in a world that demands high performance in all facets of life: work, relationships, personal growth, and social standing. The pressure to excel can lead to paralysis, drowning us in indecision and fear. As a guiding light through the fog of overthinking, Marcus Aurelius offered a profound insight. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This wisdom forms the bedrock of our fifth technique, transforming overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps. When your mind races with a significant worry or a complex problem, the trick is to break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. Ask yourself, what's the very next step I can take? Not 5, 10, or 20 steps down the line, but just the next one. Acting on just one small step may seem trivial, but it serves as a powerful antidote to overthinking. By focusing on one action, you redirect energy from worrying to doing. It's akin to untangling a giant knot by addressing one small tangle at a time. This approach doesn't dismiss the complexity of your concerns. Rather, it guides you through them with purpose and precision. The beauty of this technique lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. Each small step builds momentum, and as you reflect, you realize that the boulder of worry has transformed into a pile of pebbles. You've crossed over, one step at a time. This method imparts lessons in patience, resilience, and trust in your ability to confront challenges head-on. Suddenly, what once seemed insurmountable is behind you, and the fog of overthinking is replaced with a sense of accomplishment and clarity. Shift your perspective to gratitude. Our minds often lead us into a labyrinth of overthinking, focusing on what we lack, what could go wrong, or what achievements are still on the horizon. This relentless loop can leave us feeling drained and discontent. Overthinking often arises from fixating on the negatives or the yet-to-be in life, overshadowing the good that's already present. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This nugget of Stoic wisdom serves as a call to shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance, from overthinking to gratitude. It's about recognizing the value of the present moment and the numerous blessings we tend to overlook when preoccupied with worries about the future. The practice of gratitude pulls us out of the ruts of our minds and grounds us in the rich soil of the now, where life is actively unfolding. To make this shift, begin by acknowledging 3 things you're grateful for each day. These don't have to be grand, they just need to be genuine. It could be as simple as savoring a delicious cup of coffee, feeling the comfort of your favorite hoodie, or receiving a thoughtful message from a friend. This simple practice can pivot your mind away from the cycle of overthinking and toward a genuine appreciation for the present in your life. By anchoring yourself in gratitude, you're not only silencing the noise of overthinking, but also enriching your daily experience. Gratitude magnifies the positive aspects of our lives and gradually transforms our inner dialogue from scarcity to abundance. Over time, this new perspective can change how you approach life's challenges, turning them into opportunities to further recognize and appreciate what's already good in your world. This isn't just about feeling better in the moment, it's about building a foundation of contentment that can sustain you through the inevitable ups and downs life throws your way. Focus on effort, not outcome. Overthinking often arises from our mind's preoccupation with the future, its potential outcomes, what-ifs, and relentless possibilities of failure and disappointment. This projection into the future can induce fear as we obsess over the potential consequences of our actions rather than the actions themselves. We live in an outcome-driven society where the end often seems to justify the means. This belief can lead us to think that if the outcome is uncertain, the journey is not worth undertaking. However, A Stoic quote by Epicurus provides a clear directive. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Stoicism teaches us to concentrate on our efforts and intentions rather than on outcomes beyond our control. This doesn't imply that we shouldn't set goals or aspire to achieve great things, but it emphasizes that the true value lies in the quality of our effort, the integrity of our actions, and the virtue with which we navigate our path. To apply this technique, whenever you catch yourself overthinking about the potential results of your efforts, consciously redirect your thoughts to the effort itself. Ask yourself if you are doing your best, acting with good intent, and staying true to your values. This approach involves being fully present in the process, putting in the work and acknowledging that your responsibility ends there. Focusing on effort can liberate us from the chains of overthinking. It allows us to be in the moment, giving our best without the heavy shadow of what could be darkening our experience. This shift transforms our actions from mere steps toward an outcome into expressions of our character and commitment. With this change in focus, you realize that your path is not just a means to an end, but an embodiment of living with purpose, where each step is an accomplishment in itself. The final 3 strategies open the door to fresh perspectives, empowering you to tap into untapped strengths, foster practical resilience, and handle life's complexities with a sense of balance. Practice voluntary discomfort. Our minds often plunge into a whirlpool of overthinking when confronted with potential discomfort or change. We replay scenarios repeatedly, attempting to predict every outcome and preparing for every possible discomfort. This mental rehearsal can be exhausting, turning the comfort zone into a mental prison where growth is stunted and overthinking becomes the warden. Marcus Aurelius once remarked, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This reflects the Stoic practice of facing challenges head-on rather than avoiding them. By practicing voluntary discomfort, we can train our minds to handle uncertainty and reduce overthinking. It involves taking small, intentional actions that push us out of our comfort zones, teaching us resilience and adaptability. To integrate this into modern life, start with something small, like taking a cold shower, sleeping without a pillow, or walking instead of driving. Engage in an activity that disrupts your normal routine and sit with whatever feelings arise without judgment. This isn't about punishment. It's about demonstrating to yourself that discomfort isn't as intimidating as your overthinking mind makes it out to be. Voluntary discomfort has the paradoxical effect of increasing comfort with various aspects of life. By routinely stepping into what's uncomfortable, the unfamiliar becomes familiar, and the mind learns to quiet down. It becomes less reactive to change and more focused on what can be controlled, your responses. This powerful shift in perspective not only lessens overthinking, but also builds a core of inner strength that remains unshaken by the ebbs and flows of life's circumstances. Reflect on the transience of life. When caught in the storm of overthinking, it's often because we've zoomed in too closely on the minute details of our lives, losing sight of the bigger picture. Our thoughts become entangled with, "What if this happens?" or "What if that doesn't work out?" causing us to lose perspective. This microscopic view can make even the smallest issues appear insurmountable, consuming our mental space and energy. Seneca once wrote, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it." This poignant reminder encourages us to reflect on the fleeting nature of our existence. Each moment spent overthinking is a moment not fully lived, a slice of life not savored. Stoicism prompts us to ask whether our worries will hold any weight in the grand timeline of our life. To counteract overthinking, regularly take a step back and consider your life in its entirety. Recognize that many of the things consuming your thoughts are transient and, in the long run, insignificant. When overwhelmed by thoughts, pause and remind yourself that life is fleeting. Ask if this moment of overthinking is truly worthy of the limited time you have. Contemplating the transience of life naturally prioritizes our experiences and concerns. This isn't a call to become morose or indifferent, but rather to cherish the present and focus on what truly matters. It's a powerful antidote to overthinking because it aligns our attention with the present, enriches our appreciation for the now and diminishes the weight of future-focused anxieties. Let the ephemeral nature of life not be a source of anxiety, but a canvas on which you paint with the vivid colors of presence and engaged living. Seek wisdom from outside yourself. Our minds can sometimes feel like a maze, where each turn leads to more confusion and overthinking. We attempt to solve a puzzle only to find that the pieces keep multiplying, leaving us feeling stuck. Seneca, celebrated for his wisdom, said, "Consult your friend on everything, especially on those matters concerning yourself. His counsel may then be useful where your own self-love might impair your judgment." These simple words encapsulate a profound truth that can help navigate the stormy seas of overthinking. Stoicism teaches us that seeking insight from outside ourselves can break the cycle of rumination. It could be the fresh perspective of a friend, the impartial advice of a mentor, or the timeless wisdom found in literature. To apply this in a modern context, look for people whose opinions you trust and respect. Share your thoughts with them. It provides clarity as you articulate what's on your mind and opens the door for objective feedback that you may have missed while overthinking. This technique does more than offer practical solutions. It reminds us that human connection is invaluable. When we share our burdens, they often become lighter. This is not a weakness, but a recognition of the collective strength we have as social beings. Let the wisdom of others be the light that guides you out of the shadows of overthinking. With each conversation, you'll find the puzzle becoming easier to solve, not because the problems are any less complex, but because you're no longer trying to solve them in isolation.